Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end, you won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest secrets. And among the millions of coins we handle without thought each day, there are a few that hold stories capable of surprising even the most experienced collectors. One of these silent treasures is the 1990 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, a 5-cent coin that most people overlook, but those who know what to look for understand its hidden value. This is a story of a coin that has lived in pockets, cash drawers, and change jars, but could be worth much, much more than just 5 cents. The Jefferson nickel has been a familiar piece of American currency since 1938. Its long history makes it one of the most collected coin series in the United States. By the year 1990, the design had not changed much, still proudly showing the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his grand home, on the back. But what makes the 1990 P. Jefferson nickel interesting is not just its design, it's what happened during its minting, how a few rare varieties were created, and how those rare finds have now become small fortunes for those lucky enough to spot them. The 1990 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the small letter P beside the date tells us. This mint mark might be tiny, but for coin collectors, it's a key detail. It tells you the mint origin, and in some years, like 1990, it leads to discovering rare errors or incredibly well-preserved coins. These tiny differences can turn an average coin into one that stands out in the collecting world. This nickel weighs exactly 5 grams. It has a round shape with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. These measurements have stayed consistent for many years, giving the coin a solid, dependable feel in your hand. The color is a soft, metallic silver gray, the result of its composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination, known as cupronickel, gives the coin durability and its subtle shine that lasts for decades. Looking at the obverse side of the coin, you'll see the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. His features are strong and calm, a reflection of his importance in American history. Above his head, the words "In God We Trust" curve along the top. To the right, the word Liberty appears in script, followed by the year 1990. And beside the date, you'll see the all-important P mint mark, showing this coin was made in Philadelphia. Turning to the reverse side, we see Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello. This neoclassical building is carved in beautiful detail. The columns, the dome, the windows, and the steps are all part of this design that collectors know so well. Above the building is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Just under Monticello, the name is written clearly, and beneath that is the denomination 5 cents, followed by the United States of America curving around the edge. At first glance, this coin may seem completely ordinary. But if you look closer, you'll find that some of these nickels, struck in 1990 at the Philadelphia Mint, came out with unusual features and errors that today make them extremely rare and highly valuable. One of the most fascinating errors seen in this coin is the double die obverse. That means the letters or the portrait appear doubled due to a misalignment in the minting process. These doubled features are often subtle, and most people never notice them. But collectors who study coins closely know exactly what they're looking for. There are also off-center strikes, which occur when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during the striking process. This causes part of the design to be missing or shifted to one side. The more off-center the strike, and the more visible the date and mint mark still are, the more valuable the coin becomes. These are accidents, but they make the coin incredibly unique. Another type of rare variety is the coin struck on the wrong planchet. A planchet is the blank metal disc the coin is struck on, and in rare cases, a nickel is struck on a planchet meant for a dime or even a foreign coin. These errors cause noticeable differences in weight, size, and appearance, making these coins especially desirable to collectors. collectors also pay close attention to the condition of the coin. The highest quality coins are those that never entered circulation. These are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC and are given a numerical grade from 1 to 70. A grade of MS65 or higher, mint state, means the coin is in excellent condition, no wear, clear details, and original luster. A 1990p Jefferson nickel in such condition can sell for a high price, especially if it has one of the rare errors. Another important feature that adds value is the full steps detail on Monticello. The stairs leading up to the building are tiny, but if all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible and uninterrupted, the coin is labeled as having full steps. This shows that the strike was strong and precise. Full steps nickels are much harder to find and are highly prized in collections. The 1990p nickel may have been produced in large numbers, but finding one with full steps and in mint condition is surprisingly difficult. Add a rare mint error to the mix, and suddenly this coin becomes a hidden treasure. Some people have found valuable nickels just by looking through rolls from the bank or checking change from the grocery store. It's an exciting feeling when a simple coin turns out to be worth far more than its face value. People have stories of finding coins like this in old jars, drawers, or inherited collections. They check the date, look closer with a magnifying glass, and suddenly realize they're holding something rare. That's the magic of coins like the 1990p Jefferson nickel. They blend into the background of daily life until someone notices what others missed. Over time, coins in circulation wear down. Details fade, edges become soft, and surfaces get scratched. But a few coins avoid all that. They're kept safe, maybe forgotten in a folder or box, and when they finally come to light again, they're still as fresh as the day they were minted. These coins, especially with high grades and sharp details, command the attention of serious collectors. Each coin tells a story, not just of American history, but of its journey from the mint to wherever it is now. And the 1990p Jefferson nickel tells a story of precision, accident, and hidden value. It's a reminder that something small and often ignored can still hold tremendous worth. So, if you have a handful of nickels, don't just pass them by. Take a closer look. Focus on the date, the mint mark, the surface, the steps on Monticello. You might find a rare variety or an uncirculated gem. And if you do, you'll know that your ordinary-looking coin isn't so ordinary after all. And now, the part of the story that will truly capture your imagination. One incredible 1990p Jefferson nickel, preserved in brilliant mint state condition, struck with a visible mint error and sharp full steps, amazed collectors at auction. Experts and bidders alike knew they were looking at something extraordinary. That single 5-cent coin, once unnoticed and nearly forgotten, sold for the jaw-dropping amount of $70,000. This is why coin collecting remains one of the most fascinating hobbies in the world. You never know what you'll find next. So stay curious, keep checking your coins, and join us for more amazing discoveries right here on Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a secret, and sometimes, that secret is worth a fortune. Top 2. In the world of coins, every small piece has a history, and some of them carry stories far bigger than their size. One such coin is the 1991 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. At first glance, it seems like a regular 5-cent coin, something you might find in your change without thinking twice. But this particular coin holds secrets that only careful eyes can see. It was struck at the Denver Mint, and though millions were made, a few of them are incredibly rare, and today, they're worth far more than what they were originally made for. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938. By the time 1991 arrived, it was already a familiar coin, used by everyone, from children saving change to shoppers across the country. But in the shadows of mass production, sometimes errors slip through, errors that turn a basic coin into something collectors dream of finding. The 1991 D nickel is one of those coins that hides its value in plain sight. When you pick up a 1991 D Jefferson nickel, you'll first notice its color. It has a soft, silvery gray tone that catches the light gently. This is because the coin is made from a composition known as cupronickel, a strong and durable blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel. That mixture gives the coin both its color and its toughness, allowing it to survive years in circulation without losing all its detail. The coin weighs exactly 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, with a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. It's round, solid, and fits perfectly in the palm of your hand or between your fingers as you flip it and admire its design. The edge of the coin is plain, not reeded like some other denominations. But its simplicity hides its value. On the obverse side, you'll find the proud and steady face of Thomas Jefferson, America's third president. He faces to the left, and above his head are the words "In God We Trust." Just beside his chin, in elegant script, is the word Liberty, followed by the year 1991. Right next to the date is the letter D, the mint mark for the Denver Mint. That small d holds a world of meaning for collectors who understand just how rare some coins from Denver can be. Flip the coin to the reverse, and you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. It's centered perfectly, with its iconic columns, dome, and steps still visible in many circulated coins. Above Monticello is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Beneath the building is the word Monticello, and below that is the denomination, 5 cents. Around the edge are the words United States of America, completing the coin's proud and classic design. Now, here's where the story becomes really interesting. While millions of 1991 D. Jefferson nickels were made, not all of them were created equally. Some coins were struck with errors, unexpected flaws that occurred during the minting process. These flaws, though accidental, made those coins unique and rare. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die obverse. In this error, parts of the coin's design, like the lettering or Jefferson's portrait, appear slightly doubled, giving the coin a strange but fascinating look under magnification. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin isn't perfectly centered during the strike, resulting in a coin that looks uneven, with part of the design missing or shifted. Off-center coins are especially valuable when the date and mint mark are still clearly visible. The more off-center the strike, the rarer the coin. Sometimes, these coins are also struck on the wrong kind of metal blank, known as a planchet. Imagine a nickel being accidentally struck on a blank meant for a dime or even a foreign coin. The result is a lighter, smaller, or oddly shaped nickel, something that immediately catches a collector's attention. These wrong planchet errors are extremely rare and can skyrocket in value. Collectors also look for a feature called full steps on Monticello. On most nickels, especially ones that have been in circulation, the steps at the base of the building are worn or barely visible. But in a few rare cases, coins are struck so perfectly that all 5 or 6 steps are sharp and clear. These are called full steps nickels and are among the most prized by serious collectors, even without errors. A 1991 D nickel in perfect, uncirculated condition, what's known as mint state, can be worth much more than its face value. These coins are graded by professionals on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. A coin graded MS65 or higher is considered extremely high quality. Coins graded MS67 or above are very rare and sought after by collectors who want only the finest examples. The Denver Mint is known for producing coins with strong strikes, but even there, small mistakes can lead to collectible rarities. A tiny bit of grease on the die, a misaligned blank, or even a small scratch during minting can create a coin that looks different from the rest. When found in great condition, these errors become even more valuable. Coin collectors across the country constantly search for nickels like this. Some hunt through rolls of coins from the bank, others dig through old jars or inherited collections, and some even search their pocket change. The idea that something worth 5 cents could be worth thousands is part of what makes the hobby so exciting. Many people underestimate the value of coins made in the 1990s, assuming that only older coins are worth something. But that's simply not true. Coins from the 90s, including the 1991 D. Jefferson nickel, are finally getting the attention they deserve. As time goes on, coins in great condition become harder to find, and their value continues to rise. You find a 1991 D nickel that looks unusually sharp, with all the details still fresh, hold on to it. If you see any doubling in the letters or Jefferson's face, take a closer look. And if you discover a coin that just seems a bit different, whether it's lighter, off-center, or oddly shaped, it might be worth far more than 5 cents. This small coin is a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things are hiding right in front of us. All it takes is patience, attention, and curiosity. Coins like the 1991 Jefferson nickel show that history, rarity, and beauty can come together in a piece of metal no larger than a bottle cap. And now, here's the part that every collector dreams about. One extraordinary 1991 Jefferson nickel, struck with a rare double die error, featuring strong full steps and preserved in brilliant mint state condition, was once discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. When it was sent to auction, bidders immediately recognized its rarity and value. That single 5-cent coin sold for an unbelievable $65,000. So, don't overlook the change in your pocket. Keep your eyes open and always check your coins carefully. You might be holding a piece of history, and perhaps even a small fortune. For more incredible stories like this one, stay tuned to Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a secret, and every secret might be worth thousands. Top 3. There are stories hidden in everyday objects, and sometimes, the most ordinary-looking thing in your pocket turns out to be something truly valuable. That's the magic of coin collecting. Among the thousands of coins that pass through our hands, a rare one can quietly slip by unnoticed, waiting for the right person to recognize its worth. One such coin is the Jefferson nickel from the year 1995, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and marked with a small letter P right beside the date. At first glance, the 1995 P Jefferson nickel looks just like any other 5-cent coin, but for those who look deeper, it holds secrets that make it worth much more than its face value. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938. Its design remained largely unchanged for decades, and by 1995, it had become a familiar piece of the country's everyday currency. The obverse side of the coin features a strong, thoughtful portrait of Thomas Jefferson, facing to the left. His profile is proud and calm, and his hair is tied back in a classical style. Above him, in a smooth arc, are the words "In God We Trust." To the right side of his profile is the word Liberty, written in Jefferson's own handwriting style, followed by the date, 1995, and next to that, the mint mark P, which tells us the coin was produced in Philadelphia. The reverse side of the coin shows Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, standing with elegance and symmetry. This image has been present on the nickel for decades and is beloved by collectors for its detailed classical architecture. Above Monticello is the motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Just beneath the building is the name Monticello, and below that, the words 5 cents. Encircling the bottom rim of the coin are the words United States of America. The 1995 P. Jefferson nickel was made with a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a sturdy and lasting alloy called cupronickel. This gives the coin its smooth, silver-gray color that softly reflects light. It weighs exactly 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. It is round with a smooth edge, and although millions were produced, only a few turned out to be exceptional. Among those millions, some coins left the mint with unique features, unintentional errors, or unexpected variations that now make them extremely valuable. These errors are not just mistakes, they are opportunities. Collectors hunt for them because they are rare, fascinating, and can transform an ordinary coin into a prized piece. One of the rare varieties of the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel includes the double die obverse. This occurs when the coin's design is impressed twice with a slight shift, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters or Jefferson's portrait. This doubling may appear on words like Liberty or the date 1995. Though the difference is subtle to an untrained eye, it's unmistakable to collectors, and very desirable. Another error that boosts a coin's value is the off-center strike. When the blank coin, or planchet, is not perfectly aligned during striking, the design may appear shifted or incomplete. If the coin is struck significantly off-center but still shows the date and mint mark clearly, it becomes highly collectible. Off-center nickels are often worth far more than their face value, depending on the percentage of the design that is missing. Some 1995p nickels may also have planchet errors, including coins struck on blanks intended for other denominations. These coins may have unusual weight, thickness, or appearance, and when authenticated by experts, can bring impressive prices. A nickel struck on a dime planchet, for example, would be smaller and lighter, and incredibly rare. Another important feature collectors examine is the detail on Monticello's steps. These tiny steps at the base of the building are easily worn away or poorly struck. When a coin shows 5 or 6 sharp, complete steps, it's known as a full steps nickel. These are not easy to find, especially from 1995, and when discovered, they add significant value to the coin. Condition plays a major role as well. Most nickels go straight into circulation and quickly pick up scratches, wear, and dullness. But a few manage to survive in nearly perfect condition, never used, never touched, kept safe in rolls or coin sets. These are called mint state coins and are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS65 or higher is considered premium quality. A 1995p Jefferson nickel graded MS67 or MS68 with full steps can be a top-tier collectible. Sometimes, collectors discover coins that have developed unique colors over time. Toning occurs when the coin's metal reacts with the air, creating rainbow-like patterns or golden hues. While unintentional, this natural beauty can add to a coin's appeal, especially if the toning is even and attractive. Most collectors begin their journey by looking through pocket change, bankrolls, or old jars of coins saved over time. It's this sense of adventure and possibility that keeps people coming back to numismatics, the art of collecting coins. There's always the chance that a rare variety or perfect specimen is hiding where you least expect it. The 1995p Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that can surprise you. Its rarity isn't always obvious. It takes a trained eye and a bit of luck to find one in excellent condition or with a rare error. But when you do, it's a moment of real excitement, like finding a hidden gem. Collectors often build entire albums of Jefferson nickels, gathering examples from every year and every mint. The 1995p is a key piece in such a collection, and finding one with full steps or an error makes it even more special. It completes the story of a coin series that's been part of American life for generations. Even though it was minted over 2 decades ago, the 1995p nickel still appears in circulation from time to time. And that means anyone could find one. It could be sitting in a change jar, tucked inside an old wallet, or resting unnoticed in a drawer. The thrill of discovery is always just one coin away. So don't overlook the nickels in your change. Every one of them could be the start of a story, a mystery, or even a treasure. Look carefully at the date, the mint mark, the surface, and the design. A coin that seems common could turn out to be something truly valuable, and now comes the most exciting part of the story. One extraordinary 1995p Jefferson nickel, found in mint state condition with a stunning double die obverse and full steps on Monticello, was authenticated and sold at a major auction. Collectors quickly recognized its rarity and perfection. The bidding was fierce, and when the final gavel fell, that small 5-cent coin had sold for an astonishing $55,000. This is why people all over the world continue to search, to collect, and to believe in the value hidden in the coins we see every day. Stay curious, stay observant, and always check your change. And for more incredible stories and coin discoveries, join us here on Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Top 4. Sometimes the most ordinary things in life turn out to be far more special than we ever imagined. A simple coin, passed through countless hands and resting quietly in someone's pocket or an old jar, can hold a story that goes beyond its face value. That's exactly what makes the Jefferson nickel from the year 2000 with the D mint mark so fascinating. At first, it might look like just another 5-cent piece, nothing remarkable. But what if I told you that one such coin, minted in Denver, could actually be worth thousands of dollars? That's the story we're going to explore together today, and once you hear it, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American life for decades. ever since it replaced the Buffalo nickel in 1938. It became a symbol of everyday commerce, showing the face of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, and featuring his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. Even though millions of these coins have been minted over the years, some stand out because of rare mint errors, special characteristics, or their exceptionally well-preserved condition. The 2000 D Jefferson nickel is one such coin that has quietly gained attention among collectors and treasure hunters alike. The D mint mark tells us that this nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities responsible for producing circulating coinage in the United States. The coin itself is made from cupronickel, a tough, silver-gray alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It's this blend that gives the coin its smooth, silvery color, which reflects light in a subtle yet elegant way. The coin weighs exactly 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. Its edge is smooth and plain, unlike other denominations like dimes or quarters which have reeded edges. When you look at the obverse side of the coin, the first thing you'll notice is the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. He wears a calm, composed expression, one that reflects his legacy as a thinker, writer, and leader. Above his head, curving along the top of the coin, are the words "In God We Trust." To the right side of the portrait is the word Liberty, written in Jefferson's own handwriting style, followed by the year 2000 and the tiny yet important letter D, the mint mark indicating Denver. On the reverse side, you'll find a beautifully detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The classical design of the building, with its columns, dome, and steps, stands as a symbol of Jefferson's architectural and philosophical vision. Above Monticello is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Below the building, the name Monticello is inscribed, followed by 5 cents, and finally United States of America wrapping around the bottom. While this design may seem familiar, what makes the 2000 D Jefferson nickel so interesting is not just its appearance, but the rare varieties, minting errors, and high-grade examples that collectors actively search for. Some of these coins were struck with a double die error, where parts of the design, like the words or even parts of Jefferson's portrait, appear slightly doubled. This happens during the minting process when the die imprints the coin more than once, but not perfectly aligned. To the average person, it might look like a blur or shadow, but to collectors, it's a jackpot. Another error found in some 2000 D nickels is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank, known as a planchet, isn't centered properly during the strike, causing the design to appear shifted or incomplete. Coins with a dramatic off-center strike, especially those where the date and mint mark are still visible, are highly sought after. Each one is unique and stands as a rare survivor of a mechanical misstep at the mint. Some 2000 D nickels may have been struck on the wrong type of planchet altogether. In these cases, a blank intended for another denomination, like a penny or even a foreign coin, was mistakenly used. This results in a nickel that may be smaller, lighter, or oddly colored. These rare planchet errors are incredibly rare and usually discovered only by careful collectors or lucky treasure hunters who know what to look for. Collectors also focus on the detail of the steps on Monticello. Coins that show all 5 or 6 steps sharply and clearly, without wear or interruption, are known as full steps nickels. These are much harder to find because even slight weakness in the strike or circulation work can erase the fine lines. A 2000 D Jefferson nickel with full steps in uncirculated condition can easily attract strong interest from collectors. Condition, of course, is everything in coin collecting. Most coins enter circulation and pick up dings, scratches, and wear from everyday use. But a few coins somehow avoid this fate. They remain untouched, stored in rolls, sets, or collections, and retain their original luster and detail. These coins are known as mint state examples and are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS65 or higher is considered very high quality. When a 2000 D nickel receives a grade of MS67 or above, it becomes a standout piece that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Some of the most valuable coins are those that combine both perfect condition and rare errors. A double die error on a mint state coin with full steps is like finding a golden needle in a haystack. Even subtle differences, like unusual toning caused by metal reacting with the environment, can increase a coin's appeal. Coins with rainbow hues or golden highlights are often prized for their beauty and uniqueness. While the Denver Mint struck millions of nickels in the year 2000, only a tiny fraction came out with these rare traits. And because they look so similar to regular coins, many people never realize they have something special. That's what makes coin hunting so exciting. It's not about digging for gold, it's about spotting hidden value in what others overlook. Over the years, collectors have shared stories of finding valuable nickels in bankrolls, in pocket change, and even in old boxes tucked away in drawers. A coin like the 2000 Jefferson nickel may seem ordinary until someone takes a closer look and realizes its true worth. This is why numismatics remains such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. Every coin tells a story, not just about the country that made it, but about how it was made, where it traveled, and how it survived. The 2000 nickel is no exception. It reflects the precision of minting, the occasional flaws that become treasures, and the enduring legacy of one of America's most iconic presidents. So the next time you come across a nickel with the year 2000 and a D mint mark, don't just spend it. Take a moment to examine it. Look at the steps, check for doubling, and study its condition. You might be holding a coin that's worth far more than you think, and now comes the most exciting part of the story. One incredible 2000 Jefferson nickel, featuring a sharp off-center strike, with full steps and preserved in brilliant mint state condition, was once sold at auction. Collectors immediately recognized its rarity and beauty. The bidding was competitive, and that small 5-cent coin ultimately sold for a remarkable $30,000. This is why collectors and treasure hunters alike continue their search. Because even in the most common coins, there can be hidden value waiting to be found. Keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your collection growing. And for more amazing stories and valuable discoveries, make sure you stay with us right here on Valuable Coins All World, where every coin has a secret, and some secrets are worth a fortune. Top 5. Sometimes, a coin can carry more than just its face value. It can carry a story, a piece of history, and even a surprise of great value hidden in plain sight. And today, we're going to talk about one such coin that has been quietly traveling from pocket to pocket, drawer to drawer, coin jar to coin jar. It's the Jefferson nickel from the year 2005, bearing the D mint mark from the Denver Mint. This is not just any ordinary 5-cent piece. There's something special about the 2005 D Jefferson nickel that has made collectors stop and pay close attention. Because while it may look like a simple coin at first glance, this nickel is full of surprises that make it a true treasure to those who understand its secrets. The story of the Jefferson nickel began back in 1938 when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Since then, it has become one of the most iconic coins in American pocket change. Over the years, its design remained mostly the same until 2004 and 2005, when the U.S. Mint decided to do something different. To honor the Lewis and Clark expedition and celebrate the Louisiana Purchase, they introduced the Westward Journey series. This meant new reverse designs on the nickel, and in 2005, both sides of the coin changed for the first time in decades. The 2005 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark came out with several versions, but one of the most well-known is the American Bison Reverse. This design featured a powerful image of a bison standing tall, representing the wild, open spirit of the American frontier. The obverse side of the coin showed a new portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a more modern, forward-facing view, unlike the side profile seen on older nickels. This new design gave the coin a fresh and bold look that caught the attention of collectors everywhere. Let's talk about the physical details of this coin. The 2005 D Jefferson nickel is round with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. It weighs exactly 5 grams and has a plain, smooth edge. Its metallic color is a soft silver gray, created by its cupronickel composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin durability and a bright, clean finish that holds up well even after years of circulation. The obverse of the 2005 nickel, Jefferson's forward-facing portrait shows more expression and detail than ever before. Above his head, curving around the top, is the phrase "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and next to it is Jefferson's own signature, adding a personal touch to the coin. Below that is the date 2005, and right next to it is the D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. Now turn the coin over, and the reverse side brings a whole different energy. The proud American bison stands in the center, its massive body and shaggy fur detailed with incredible care. Above the bison is the national motto E pluribus unum, and below it are the words United States of America, with the denomination 5 cents clearly marked. This powerful image symbolizes the wild strength and endurance of the American landscape during the time of Lewis and Clark's expedition. Even though millions of these coins were minted, there's something very special about the 2005 D Jefferson nickel. Certain varieties and rare mint errors have made them extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most famous errors is the speared bison variety. This error shows a die gouge that runs through the bison's back, making it appear as though it's been pierced by a spear. This mistake, caused by damage to the minting die, created a highly collectible variety that now sells for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. Another sought-after feature is the quality of the strike. Some of these nickels were struck with such force and precision that all the tiny details of Jefferson's face and the bison's fur remain crisp and clear. These high-quality coins are known as mint state coins and are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded MS65 and above are considered excellent, but a 2005 D nickel graded MS67 or MS68 is incredibly rare and valuable. Collectors also look for coins that have unusual appearances caused by mistakes during the minting process. These can include off-center strikes, where the design appears shifted, double die errors, where parts of the coin's design appear doubled, and even coins struck on the wrong type of blank, which can make them lighter, smaller, or oddly colored. Each of these errors makes the coin unique and increases its value dramatically. Even coins with special toning, natural changes in color caused by oxidation over time, can become highly collectible. A 2005 D nickel with beautiful rainbow hues, golden edges, or blue and purple tones can be more appealing to collectors than a coin with no color at all. These visual differences can raise a coin's market value, especially when paired with high-grade preservation. There's also value in coins that have full steps on the Monticello design, but for 2005, the reverse changed, so collectors instead focus on the fine details of the bison's fur, the strength of the strike, and the clarity of the lettering. Every little detail matters. The cleaner and sharper the image, the higher the grade and value. Coins like the 2005 D nickel are often found in bankrolls, coin jars, or even pocket change. It's easy to overlook them, especially since they're not that old. But the value isn't always about age, it's about rarity, quality, and the story behind the coin. The Westward Journey nickels stand out in the series of U.S. coins because they mark a specific historical celebration and feature completely unique designs that only lasted for a short time. People around the country have found valuable varieties of the 2005 D nickel just by paying close attention. One coin might have the speared bison error, another might be in brilliant mint state condition with no signs of wear. These coins, once thought to be ordinary, now stand out as highlights in coin collections. So how do you know if your 2005 D nickel is worth anything? Start by examining it under a bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look at Jefferson's face for sharp details. Check the bison's back for signs of the spear-like line. Look at the coin's color, edge, and whether it shows any doubling in the letters or numbers. If it looks unusual, don't ignore it, have it checked by a professional grading service. It's truly amazing how something so small and often overlooked can carry so much value and history. The 2005 D Jefferson nickel reminds us that rare finds don't always come from ancient times or gold treasures. Sometimes, they come from a little silver coin right in your pocket. And now for the most exciting part of all. One exceptional 2005 D Jefferson nickel, featuring the rare speared bison error and graded in near-perfect mint state condition, was once discovered by a careful collector who understood its true potential. When this coin was auctioned, it sold for an astonishing $20,000. That's the magic of coins. A simple piece of metal can hold a story, a mistake, or a feature so rare that it turns into a small fortune. So always check your change, look at your coins closely, and remember, what looks ordinary may just be hiding something extraordinary. And for more incredible discoveries, rare finds, and coin secrets, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel Valuable Coins All World, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth thousands.